Hey riders, it's time again. Time for a little race commentary from Inside Cycling World. It's my little YouTube channel I have. Thank you for supporting. Today we're doing Tour Down Under 2024 Stage 2 Lobenthal. See here on the screen, got some stats for you. It's a 38.1 kilometer route, 705 meters of climbing, average gradient of 2%. Some steep stuff coming in at 17% here. If you take a look at the map on the bottom here, I know the ride starts somewhere. I think it actually starts in Adelaide and it works its way out along these roads here just to the south where we actually hit our start on the Rouvy route. And where you can see the finish screen here, sorry, the finishing marker on the screen, that's where there's 3 entire circuits of the loop that you're going to see there. So if you look to the bottom on the profile, you can see that the pros will do this 3 times. Look at this little hill here. So we're riding all up through the Adelaide Hills. They'll do that circle 3 times, counterclockwise this time. So we're going to miss all the stuff at the beginning. But this should be a pretty exciting route. I've already done my ride today. I did Schallenberg. I think that was Tour de Suisse 2019. That was a great route. I like that. I don't know if I'd really want to do this one today. This looks really tough. So let's jump into it. Let's see what's going on here. How much time do we have? I've got 2 minutes. That little premiere thing I did yesterday, I loved it. I loved all the riders jumping in, all the muckers coming on board and commenting. I hope I did everyone some justice. I hope I got some good coverage in for you guys. Just scanning through here. And I did study the names last night and quickly this morning. Here's Andy up again. There's names Balmick I recognize. A lot of these names are looking very familiar. Cervello Kevin. Chalk was in the race yesterday. Chorus was in the race Tuesday. Yesterday is when we watched it, right? Yeah, lots of names here. Looks like it's going to be a good turnout. Dogma. Doc was in the race yesterday. DOK. Dolph Wader. I think these two might have been battling it out close together at one point. Probably going to see some new names today here. Oh, Armada from the Gur team. Great rider. El Tractor. Lots of these names are very familiar to me. Gil Matteo. There we go. Got 1 minute to go here, folks. Gro Chang, yeah, there's tons of people here. There's Hellcat again. I saw this rider yesterday. Henry Check, Hinsbergen, yes. Great to see these names. I'm just going to jump out and get ready in the start menu here. Oh, it's off. We're going. I think there was 128 people registered. That just quickly flashed up on my screen there. Let's just see once we get in. I think this is going to be a tough one. Slyfly. Funny that we just landed on you out of the blue here. Slyfly left a comment on the video, I would imagine last night. Appreciate your comments. Scriptnet. I saw Scriptnet on Tuesday as well. I'm going to probably keep saying yesterday, Wednesday, because that's when we watched that video live. And again, doing the commentary on Tuesday by myself, absolutely loved it. Sitting back, watching you riders enjoy and comment on what's going on, you know, it's so super motivating to me. There goes Andy up, moving up quickly. Let's, so you can see here, let's look at the profile on the bottom again. It's 38 kilometers, about 700 meters of climbing. There's some brutal stuff here, looks like at the back end. That's where we're going to hit the 17% stuff. Looks like at about probably kilometer 29, kilometer 30, something like that. First thing we're going to do is let's get right to the front. Who's going to be up there? What do you think? Gil Matteo? Dogma? Luca? Who else is going to be there? Let's just have a quick guess. So here's Gil Matteo right there. El Roland's sticking up there today too. So I've seen El Roland hang with Gil Matteo on races before all the way to the end. Something happened yesterday and El Roland wasn't able to hang with him. Probably just got bridged off a bit, distracted, I'm not too sure. I see Tuden's name here as well, another excellent rider here, Tuden. Tuden was riding mostly with Hinsbergen yesterday. They were part of a 2-man little pack chasing the main group of 5 up front. So, yeah, let's just kind of make our way. So, PBW146 is the name I don't know. I apologize for that. But Gil Matteo, we know. L. Rowland, we know. We've got Luca here, another fantastic rider. Luca finished third yesterday, I believe. Remember, if I keep saying yesterday, I mean Tuesday, the Tuesday race, the Muckers World Wide Series. So, and everyone bear with me here. I'm new to the Muckers World Wide Series. This is considered to be a championship race if you're looking from the outside and you're not part of this. I think these races, these routes are taken a lot more seriously by the members. There must be like a point system. And I'll direct you towards Muckers World Wide website. He's got a really good website. You can check that out. I'm sure the point system's there. You can probably learn a lot more there than you can from me. Once I figure it out, I'll let you know. But yeah, great group here at the front. Here's Carroll again. Hinsbergen, Tuden, Grochang, Niels Brenham. Now, I think some of these riders are just hanging on to these front fast guys because some of these people I'm seeing here finished more of mid-pack yesterday. Maybe they're just, it's like everyone said to me, the Tuesday race is not as competitive as the Thursday race. The Thursday race is the big deal from what I'm understanding. Let's pop back, get a look to see what we've actually got for our starters here. Looks like we've got 93 starters. That's really impressive. And actually, we've got a rider sitting in the chute as well who just missed her start time. So we've got, looks like, I'm going to pronounce this as obviously Peter Pan. Here, riding at the back. Great job coming out. Pick the right bike, that's for sure. Looks like they're on the Trek Madone. Why not? Use the best bike that you can. Let's just pop it through the field and see what names we recognize here. Some of these I don't. Okay, here's Chak. I know that name. Stelvio Bound. Got some nice groups forming here. Let's take a quick look at the map and you'll see how these groups that are clustered together. Oops, someone's pulled over on the side of the road. Looks like a nature break going on early on. Probably a little bit of nerves. They want to, empty some weight out quickly. So, yeah, you can see we're just trucking along here. There's a huge pack of riders here at the front. And again, this is where I want to rotate the screen or zoom out so I can catch the riders on the left that are disappearing. I think it illustrates it pretty well, though. Robin Aggie, Tuesday rider I saw. The Mucker himself. Let's see where Mucker is with everyone. Riding in a pretty good little pack here. I just saw another rider pulled over, this little purple dot that's sitting steady there. They might have actually just disconnected from the race altogether. Have another look here. So yeah, Mucker's right with flying past her. Dolph Wader is just up ahead. Dolph was in on the Tuesday race. This is really rolly here. I think this is the ride that I said this would be, like gear shifting intensive. And I think quite a few of these Tour Down Under races are like that. I didn't notice this as much on Wollonga. That's probably, to me, the most epic, so maybe not epic, the most famous stage of the Tour Down Under race. Epic's a little bit of a stretch, I think. It was mostly flat, and then you just go up the hill and you're kind of done, right? It's really not that hard. But these ones here, the profiles look a lot different to me. These Adelaide hills, just to the east of Adelaide. It's a lot of orange, a lot of ups and downs, roly-polies. So everyone's doing a good job here. We're going to move up the field. El Tractor, I've seen that name a lot before. Scriptnet, I just like saying your name out loud. I love the Kermit the Frog. It's fantastic. Mick Mitchell. Hope I'm saying that right. Just trailing Scriptnet here. Squalo del Alpi. This rider was in on Tuesday. Nice group here as well. Just jump back to a map here. You can see like everyone's just like a train of riders at this point. Hellcat 2020 saw this rider yesterday as well. I'm going to just quickly bounce up. Chad Ritchie. Know this rider here. The name seems very familiar to me. Just trailing Mike Hagan. Mike Hagan was in the Tuesday race, fellow Canadian, doing a great job. It looks like 4 or 5 riders just ahead of him. Maybe it's 2 or 3. Yeah, 2 riders just ahead of him and 130 meters up the road. Aha. Here's someone I was looking for. Silly Sills at it again. She's currently in 33rd place. Pushing out 4.5 watts per kilo up this little 5% grade here. Chasing after Diego Donati. How about that? I guessed it was Donato last time. It's Donati. And actually, I could see your whole name this time on the screen, but not at the top. So Diego Donati doing great, 32nd place. Silly Silv chasing from behind. Matthias Hale. Gonna keep moving up. Andy Up is sitting a lot further up in this race, I've noticed. 26th position at the moment. That's great. Escata, seen this name all over the place. With Grep, Doc. Gonna keep moving up. Oh, there's that Wyverns character again. So here's Wyverns sitting right here. Wyverns, I would say, was top 5 or 6 through the majority of the race on Tuesday, and then kind of bridged off a little bit, but still finished quite high. Gro Chang is chilling with Wyverns at the moment. We've got another rider here, Rubberburn Mark. Tim Yu. I see a nice little Canadian flag there. Good job, Tim. Not sure where you're from. Comment below if you hear this. And moving further ahead again. Yeah, so I think this is different. So I think some of the riders that are here today, the names I'm recognizing, were taking it a little bit more chill on Tuesday. Which, it didn't look chill to me. Anything above 3 watts per kilo is not chill to me anymore for my ability. I think I've mentioned places before. I'm probably maybe this is a stretch. Maybe I'm a better commentator than a cyclist. Maybe I'm bragging myself up too much there. But yeah, fantastic riders here. So yeah, like if I was just to step back a little bit here, Niels Brunham, this is a perfect example to me because I think Niels on the Tuesday race was probably a lot further back than this. Maybe my memory's fading real quick from Tuesday. Placed way up high today. So great job. Probably the same with Gro Chang. They're chilling right with Tuden here. It looks like Keith H. Not sure what his last name would be. So I'm just going to go with Keith for now. Keith's just chilling out right behind Stefan Schmidt. I think Stefan signed up for the Tuesday race, but I don't think they raced from what I remember. Moving up, we got Bear Remy. In a nice pack, this looks like the movers right here. Check this out. We got Bear Remy, 8 riders at the front right now. I think there might be someone out ahead. But let's go through. We got Bear Remy in 8th, Gil Matteo, Luca, L. Rowland. This rider who I'm not aware, I don't know yet, PBW. Might just call you PB. PB and J, peanut butter and jam sandwiches, my favorite thing to eat in the world. Just go with PB for now. Carol Susig. Here's another one. Elanio 79. Now, I think I've seen this name before, just don't recognize. This rider wasn't in the Tuesday race. So we have a nice group of, to me, it is 8 riders up front. These are the big hitters. Let's see if they're all legit up here. Is anyone riding above their ability? There's a couple of riders I don't know. Are they just like hanging on for dear life? We're going to find out real quick. Because 6 of those names I know, and they all belong right up here. I've seen L. Rowland trying to go on. I think it was L. Rowland that tried to go on a breakaway about 1 kilometer from the finish at the. I think that was at a Madrid race. That might have been a Gur race from what I remember. But yeah, went on a huge tear trying to get away. Got swamped at the end, but it was so impressive to watch it. So we've done the first bit of climbing. They've climbed, 180 meters out of our total climbing today. Now we're going to bomb downhill for a bit. Everyone's going to recover, doing the 2 to 3 watts per kilo thing, catching a breath. They're going to have to be careful here. Some of these riders might be heavier, and it's going to be easy for them to pull away. And I'm looking at the bikes. I imagine we're going to see a combination of Trek Madones here, and probably a lot of Cervelo S5s. Got my phone ringing in the background here. Hopefully you don't hear that. There's always a commotion at my house. Lots of little dogs. They see the outside horses, they bark. I live out in the country, but if a grain truck goes by, the dogs want to bark. We happen to have some parrots in the house too. Not mine. They like to squawk. And I know they've been picked up on mic before. But nonetheless, that's just the background ambiance, if you want to call it that. So yeah, really strong group at the front here. PB's doing great. We got Bear Remy and Elenio here. So these were 3 riders that were not in the Tuesday race. Probably just, other commitments. L. Roland was one that kind of got... I think on the Tuesday race as well, L. Roland was away from this group. I don't want to say off the back or bridged off or whatever, because that just sounds too harsh. But for some reason, L. Roland just took it a lot easier on Tuesday, and here they are today, right at the front. And again, this has maybe got something to do with the structure of these races, with this being a championship race. So we've got this really strong group at the front. We're going to back off a little bit here. Let's just jump back a little bit. These riders are just cresting the top. Mateus, chased by Silly Sil. She's got target in her sights, about 90 meters ahead of her. She's riding solo today. I'm not sure if she's going to try to join up with someone here. Looks like Christopher is coming up behind Silly Sil with Kay Johansson. That could be a nice little 3-rider group there. 2 names I don't know and 1 name I do. So if I was those 2, I'd try to group up with Silly, work together as a 3-rider unit. Going to head back a little bit. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the front of the race as well. I can see them going downhill. Not much is going to change there, I don't think. We got Baggers 69 riding with, Gianluca Baruta. How about that? I think I did pretty good there. 37th place. Looking good. Mike Guthinger. This is a strong group here too. With so we got Guthinger, Mike Hagan, Chorus all together, Chad Ritchie. I know all 4 of these names. 3 of these names I know. Guthinger is new to me. Again, Mike is fellow Canadian. Chorus I saw in the Tuesday race. Chad Ritchie. I think Chad's commented on my YouTube channel before. Thank you very much. We got El Rodriguez. Another rider going a little bit solo here. I'm not sure if they're going to try to bridge up. They got about 70 meters to bridge up to Chad Ritchie, and it's like a half a kilometer back. So it's a good almost 500 meters back to Hellcat, Scriptnet, Swiss Chris 69, and Squallow. So there's a lot of good riders. Here, let's go a little map mode here. You can see little groups forming. So you got like 4 or 5 riders grouped up here. Jumping back a couple 100 meters, you got 2 riders, another 100 meters back, 3, 4 riders. Bunch of riders ahead of us up front here. If I bounce up ahead, I guess this is one neat way to do it. You can do this. See if it catches on. So we're on Gianluca. God, that's really hard for me to say. I'm sorry. Peruto. I like saying Peruto. I like that. So you can see they're just staggered out a little bit. It looks like we might have lost Baggers there, I think. I think that's who stopped right here on the course. Let's jump on Silly Sil here. So did those riders catch up with her? Kay Johansson did. Directly behind her, and Christopher is with her. So that there is a 3-rider group working together there now. That little dot at Silly Sil, there's actually 3 people there being chased by Peruto and other riders. Let's get up. Here's Andy up. Moving along quite nicely. Andy's a level 70, riding just behind. Oh, yeah, this name here. Another really good rider. Nieminen. How about that? Nieminen. I'm leaving it right there. Sounds like a hockey player I can remember. Grep's right up there. HJ 2010 Escada. Okay, let's have a little peek at the front, see if we've got any changes at the front. You guys know I like my map mode, right? So it looks like, I see a few little gaps starting to form here. Okay, what's going on here? So, yep. Maybe it's just a little bit of a speed acceleration here. Some people just getting caught out a little bit. They're all coming back now. PB, Gil Mattia, Luca, L. Roland, Hinsbergen, Carol Susik, Elenio 79, Bear Remy. Is that our group? Yeah, that's our 8 riders up front. They're all still together. All, hey, we're good buddies for now. But they're all keeping an eyeball on each other, right? They're looking out for the little cheeky move. Someone might try to get away. Hey, don't worry about me, guys. I'm just stretching my back. I'm going to just kind of stand up and out of the pedals up this little bit of a hill here. Yeah, expect a cheeky move at some point. It's coming. We're going to roll back a little bit here. We got Wyverns, and Wyverns was top 5, 6 a couple days ago, maybe 7th, somewhere in there. And this is quite the big group here too, chasing really hard, super strong riders here. So we've got Wyverns, Stefan Schmidt, Tudens right there, Keith. Can't really see them all because they're all riding right together there on the map. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to say there's 5 riders here. We got Wyverns, Tuden, Gro Chang, Keith, and Stefan. So another 5 rider pack together there. Jumping back, and here's Niels Burnham again, still riding solo. This guy's a machine. Said, I don't need any drafting. I'm doing the solo today. Just a glutton for punishment, I guess. Hopefully Niels can bridge up to Gro Chang ahead. And there's very good potential. You can see them just off screen right now. So there's 2 riders. Actually, that group of 5 is just ahead. So Niels, I think, knows exactly what he's doing here. And he's going to slowly claw them back, riding super strong here at 6 watts per kilo, chasing them. And he's doing it too. This is really impressive to see. So obviously you're going to have to back off at times. Just quick mental math games. Niels looks to be about 75 kilogram rider. Nice and trim compared to me. Good job, Niels. Doing the solo thing, but I think you will get back to them. Let's jump back to Tim Yu, fellow Canadian. Shout out. Just behind Rubberburn. Doing a great job here. Got the dogs barking. Just please ignore. We've got Pita Stancic. Not sure how you would really say their name here. We got Stefan 793. Okay, guys, I'm going back to the front because I can see a kicker coming up. Let's get back up there. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting up there. Stuff's going to be going on, I think. I think stuff's already happened. Alenio has decided to go on a little break up over that hill. Oh, they're up over the top already. That's what's going on. So they've got a 20-meter lead on Kirill Susik, Luca. Okay, there's some action going on here. PB is just getting trailed off the back end a little bit. No, they're coming back now. Coming back now. And if look at this here. Tuden is only 300 meters behind. So there's a strong group charging up from the back. If the front 8 start to play little games, you know, your turn, my turn, soft pedaling, the group from behind may come back. So, yeah, everyone's still looking really good here. We got PB, Carroll, L. Roland, Elenio, Luca, Hinsbergen, Gil Matteo, and Bear Remy. All looking really sharp. This is like, you know, these are the 5-6 watt per kilo riders right here. This is where, like, that's how I would classify them. Obviously, they're going to ride less at times because they're getting nice drafts. We can't see the draft bar right now. Let's take a look here. Here's Hinsbergen. Now, I found out yesterday Hinsbergen does ride with someone quite a bit, and when I thought they had a mechanical yesterday, they were actually kind of like just soft pedaling a bit, hoping that their buddy could come up and catch up with them. I like the drama I created, but I want to be honest about it too. So that's what was going on there. No mechanicals, no chains flying off. He wasn't covered in oil and grease all over his face, throwing stuff around. He didn't tip over on his trainer, nothing like that. Just being a nice guy and waiting for his buddy. So there we go. So yeah, we've got 8 up front, and we've got Tuden and Wyverns riding together. I think there was more before. Was Keith with them? I'm not too sure here, but we got Keith. Yeah, people are starting to get split off here now. Keith back 100 meters back to Gro Chang and Niels Burnham. I think Niels is... So Niels did make the gap. Great job. So Niels bridged up, rode... we're coming up on 15 kilometers into the race already. To me, Niels rode 14 kilometers by himself. So, Niels is our spotlight today. Riding solo, bridged up, caught up with Gro Chang, Stefan Schmidt. So there's 3 riders here together. Let's have a little look. This is Stefan's view. We're out back a little bit here. Let's a little map mode here. So again, little groups. So I know when I'm riding and I'm racing, I'm like, wow, where is everyone? I'm terrible. They're just like I keep saying, I'll say it over and over. They're just around the corner. They're just around the next bend. They're not that far. It's only like a couple 100 meters. Like 100 meters, 10 seconds. That's really all it is. So if you're a new rider and you see, oh wow, they're so far ahead of me, it could be 20, 30 seconds. It's really not a lot. Jump out of map mode again. Now, coming up on a bit of a climb here now. I think I'm going to have to go to the front soon, but let's just jump back here. We've got some riders at the back that have just kind of conquered that first big hill. Getting it done. We've got Merc Jizon back here with Peter Pan. Peter Pan's still killing it. 92nd place. Getting it done. Awesome. You're over the worst part of the beginning. We're going to bounce it through the key field. Can't see 50. David R 1290, and I'm still watching the front. I'm going to jump to the front, guys, right now. I think stuff might go off here. Do we still have our 8 riders? Ooh, there's some big numbers being thrown here already. I think some people might have got caught out sleeping. I saw a 910 watt per kilo there. Someone probably just jammed on the pedals a little bit, making sure they weren't getting dropped on this hill. So yeah, again, it's only 300 meters back to 2-3 more really strong riders that are trying to get their way up there. So there's room for the people at the back to get up into the top 10, no problem. Someone here might just crack. Get shelled out the back, right? But yeah, these riders are all strong. You know, at 17 kilometers in, you know, my guess earlier, you know, are these other new riders that I'm seeing here now legit, totally legit? And by legit, I mean, are they really that good, strong riders? Or are they just like me hanging on with the faster guys for as long as I can and then going to blow up and fly out the back? Totally legit, strong riders. Props. Total respect. Yeah, so this is all 6-7 watts per kilo up this hill here. The numbers are bouncing around all over the place. But yeah, still, like, I mean, they're 18 kilometers in riding, you know, 4 watts per kilo, kind of minimum all the way up this hill. So it's great to see this. It's going to test them. And it's really hard here. I mean, like, they get over the top of these Adelaide hills. Like, basically, we're coming to, like, the midpoint of the race. They're going to bomb downhill, and then it's all these rollers again, all the way before we hit that hard 17% stuff at about kilometer, I think I guessed earlier, kilometer 30, something like that. So let's just let them get over the top. No one's making a move here. I'm going to back off a little bit. Here's a trailing group, L roll. Let me just, yep, here we go. L Rollin and Tuden. Oh, sorry. L Roden is in the front 8. Then we're going to back up to Tuden. Tuden has bridged away from Wyverns a little bit. Interesting. It's just on this hill. Tuden's pushing out 5.5 watts per kilo. Wyverns is going to have to counter here with something. You know, there's like a watt per kilo difference at this point. Just watching this. Yeah, it's going to slowly grow here. Wyverns is trying to counter, though. They know they're putting the power down now. They don't want to lose contact. And Keith H. looks like Keith H. is coming up behind Wyverns, too. So there is 3 riders right here. Tuden, Wyverns, and Keith H. It's a good little battle. And again, here's Niels Brenham coming up. Niels Brenham, Stefan Schmidt, and Gro Chang are slowly clawing back the riders in front of them. Really impressive to see. Niels, 5 watts per kilo up this hill. Just going to kind of watch this for a little bit here. So Niels has Keith H. in front of them. Both riding around the same power. So, you know, the gap's going to kind of grow and shrink and grow and shrink depending where they are on the course. We are going to jump back a little bit, folks. I want to catch some of the riders. HJ. Here's my friend Diego Donati. Riding with Grep. Andy Up is right here. And Niemanen, HJ 2010. Looks like a good little pack here. They're all just strung out. But, like, you know, it's 100 to 200 meters per group. Here's Andy Up. I missed this right here. Batiscum, I would assume. Batiscum is with the Andy Up group. Here's Peruto riding solo. So moved away from Mike Guthinger and Matthias Hale, I should say, and is chasing after the Andy Up group in front of them. Here's Matthias Hale with Mike Guthinger and Kay Johansson, followed with Chorus. All riders I saw Tuesday. Mike Hagan just directly behind them. Silly Sill coming up now. So, I can't remember what was happening in the beginning, but I think at the beginning Silly was more like 32nd place, something like that. But she is with Christopher still. Actually, she's ahead of Christopher. And she caught up with them earlier, I believe. Looks like Baggers had a disconnect here, and we're just seeing El Rodriguez go by. Chad Ritchie, Swiss Chris 69. Just a ton of riders here. This is a great shot, actually. Squallow. I think I saw Hellcat too. Let's just chill out here for... Ooh, that just moved us on. Maybe because they disconnected. I did want to catch a look at good old Kermit here, Scriptnet. Scriptnet having a great ride with Rouvy Brian right behind them. And here is Slyfly. Nice job, Slyfly. Just trailing Rouvy Brian and Scriptnet. El Tractor right behind them. S. Ludford, this is Steven. Steven was in the premiere yesterday. And I think, okay guys, correct me if I'm wrong later, Steven races with someone else here. I think it's Hoppy. And I haven't seen Hoppy yet. And I think they have a race club in their local area, probably their real-life race club. I think it's called, I'm just going to make out on a limb here, Farnham maybe? Am I right about that? Farnham? So they were doing like a little sprint for the best Farnham real-world club rider in the Tuesday Stage 1 Tour Down Under race, which I think is awesome. So I'm guessing Steven and Hoppy, they know each other in real life maybe? They ride together in real life, which is really cool. So yeah, Ludford's right here. Mick, Michelle, Tyrone, 25-26. Here's a name I haven't seen before. Raffo. We're just going to go with Raffo. Jeff, 65. Great job, Jeff. Riding with Tom Larigier, who I saw Tuesday as well. Kin Kwan. Haven't seen this name, but great to see you out here. I was told by... Who told me this? Maybe it was Kilofsky. I hope I'm saying that right. Who I think. Okay, it's Kilo anyway, Kylo. The Muckers are all in this sky blue jersey. I didn't know how to differentiate them, so most of them are probably wearing this jersey. So here's another Mucker. We've got Jeff's a Mucker. Chak is not, I believe. Oh no, Chak is. Sorry, Chak is. It's Flying Pastor's not. Okay, so we're going to go back down here. Keeping an eye on the front. Here, I'm just going to pop to the front quick, see if anything's changed. I'm going to go back. I want to see my folks at the back here. Still 8 people up front. El Roland has been bridged off. Something happened to El Roland, but they are bombing downhill like a demon, trying to get back on. That's what happens when I go away. Stuff goes off. El Roland, strong rider though. Blasting the hill, looks like about a 60-kilogram rider. Maybe that'll be to their advantage on this brutal climb at the end here. You know, we still got 60 meters of climbing to do. Like I said, I want to get to the back here again. Hellcat, okay, so we've seen these riders here. Robin Agee, Kiki, that's how I'm saying it, Kiki, 354. Haven't seen this rider before, great job. We've got Ronald K. from the Netherlands, it looks like. Another strong rider here. Hey, this is me. This is Colin out on the road. 3 watts per kilo, 270 watts. That's me right there. That's where I would be. Nice job. Baumik's got a disconnect. I've seen that name before. G-Sky. I like that. G-Sky 99. It's just passing Baumik, who's got a disconnect. We got Robin Agee, like I said before. Ulricus. New name to me. With Stelvio bound coming up. Overtaken Ulricus. Dolph Wader was in the Tuesday race. Nice to see them. We've got Christian, 30. Chasing after Dolph Wader. Mary Dak, new names here. Robo. I like that. Robo. Great name. Doing their thing. Yeah, lots of new names here for me. Maybe they just don't ride the Tuesday race. Maybe they're like, hey, check out these Muckers events. Tons of riders. I got to get in on them. Why not? 84th place, we got Krisuman. And then DeGozer, 85th. Then we got David R. 1290, 86th place. Where's my Peter Pan? Jay Kinsey. So these people are all close together here. We're going to jump back actually a kilometer here now. It's to see Irwin S69. I thought we already saw Kinsey. Huh, that's funny. We've got a Kinsey 50 here, and then we got a G Kinsey here. Interesting. I wonder if maybe they know each other. Interesting, though. Here's Peter Pan doing his thing. Moving up. And then we've got Merkay, Jason, riding right with Peter Pan here. We can see them together. Awesome job. Keep at her. Heading back to the front. We're in these tough rollers now. Okay, yeah, see? Things are going off here. PB has decided to go peanut butter and jam sandwiches. Has said enough of this. But here comes the group. Looks like PB might have just rolled ahead. Maybe they're on a bit of a descent there. And now they've decided they've thought about what they were doing and realized it's pretty far to go, so they've waited for the group. Everyone's back together. Everyone's friends again now. No more attacking. We're all going to be chill now. But I expect it to go off real quick. We've still got L rolling, chasing from behind. I think there's a chance he'd come back on. It's only 220 meters behind PB, Luca at the back here. So they've gained some of it back. And check this out. Tuden, Wyverns, and Keith are all coming up now on L Roland. So L Roland is probably, cheering to himself thinking, I'm glad I'm getting caught right now. I've got three other strong riders to work with. This is fantastic. Okay, I missed stuff at the front before. We're going to keep our eyes on it. Carroll's out front. A 10-meter lead to PB. Gil Mattiau. I think everything's just chill here. Although I've noticed Elenio is about 20 meters off the front. Careful there. No, we're okay. Yeah, it's just Carroll pushing out a little bit, I believe. Yeah, so I want to watch this. So here, we got a great group here now. Let's have a little look at the map here. So this is L Roland we're on right now. Riding with Tuden. Wyverns is only 70-something meters behind them. And Keith is only 130 behind that. So I'm thinking these four might come back together and start chasing the front group. You can see from the map here, which is not super detailed, we're in the hills here. You can see the hills. The group up ahead is just around the bend. They're not that far at all. We could have some action here on the hills. I would love to see the guys from behind catch up with the front bunch. That would be fantastic. Niels Brenham, fantastic. Wrote a lot of solo stuff here today. Let's get back to the camera view. Here's Niels and Grochang. Niels is just riding with Grochang right now. Again, Niels probably rode 14 kilometers alone to find a nice little group. These are both Muckers boys, so maybe they'll work together. Let's see what's going on in the front here. This is kind of still false flatty stuff, 1 to 2%. Everyone here can push nice against this. I don't see anything going off here. Someone might try to make a break on this hill. This is going to be the worst gradient at 70%. And then try to stay away on the downhill in the next kicker. But it's still like, you're probably still going to have 8 kilometers to go by yourself if you do go that early. That's the hard part. Do you dare risk to go that early? Hinsbergen is right with them today. So we got 7 super strong riders at the front. Being pursued 400 meters back by Tuden and L Roland. L Roland's probably just going to sit on for a little bit here. Get some good drafting in. Tuden will probably give him a little bit of a break. Let him rest up. And then they're going to probably start kicking in the afterburners, I would imagine. Just going to switch back to the map again. I want to show you how close they really are. So here's Tuden and L Roland. Here's our leaders right here. It's just around, like I keep saying, just around the bend. And then here's Keith H. Coming up behind L Roland now with Wyverns. This is fantastic. And if you look further on the bottom of the map here where it says we're on Fox Creek Road, apparently. It says right on the map. That is the Niels Brenham Grochang group right there. So I'm going to just highlight Niels for a second. Here he is with Grochang. Lots of riders coming up from behind. This is fantastic. So, yep, we still got our 7 together, spread out over about 10 meters. Lots of different riders here. All strong. So the grade's slowly kicking up now. Still falls flatty here, 2%, 2 to 3%, great to push power against. I kind of pedal a little bit slower, push a little bit more power, seated power. It'd be interesting to know how many people get out of the saddle and stand, because I never do. Like this, comment please if you're a stander. Like let's say you hit a 12% gradient. Are you standing? Because I know for this last stuff, the 17% stuff coming up here is probably right at the very top. I'm sitting the whole way. I just don't feel comfortable standing. Maybe I got to try it out. I don't know if that's the benefit of having a rocker plate, is that the standing feels more realistic, and because I kind of would feel unstable, I believe. But please comment if you see this. Alenio pushing 7 watts per kilo, Gil Mattiau. Everyone looking strong here. So we got 7 up front still, 400 meters back to our 2 chasers, L. Rowland and Tuden. Wyverns and Keith coming up. I gotta think that L. Rowland and Tuden are kind of like, okay, there's probably no communication going on, but I think they know we just gotta hang on, we just gotta chill a little bit, and we'll get these 2 back with us. Then it's 7 at the front versus 4 chasing. Anything could happen, right? If the 7 at the front mess around, these 4 are almost as strong, could bridge right back. We're only at a 60-meter gap right now. Interesting to watch this. I'm sure that's what's going on. They still got to ride strong, though, because if they don't, they're going to lose distance to the front. Back to the front. Quick sip there. Mouth's getting dry. If you're riding right now, you better have a drink too. Stay hydrated. Yeah, again, this is the 5 to 6 watt per kilo crew right here. This is like, for me as a cyclist, this is my dream. This is how strong I want to be. The reality is, it's never going to happen. It's just not me. I think for racing conditions, I'm a 3 to 4 watt per kilo rider. And in fact, my training condition is probably 3. Like I'm riding, I like to go, I guess it's just my style of the rides I like. I don't want to do a 2 watt per kilo ride. I want to do a 3 watt per kilo ride every ride. Maybe I should be working on some training a little bit. Actually, I just started doing the workouts on Rouvy, and they're helping a lot. Okay, we're going to watch this group real closely here. We're 470 meters back to the group behind us. That's going to start shrinking up now as these guys hit the tougher kickers. It should allow the back people to catch up, but then they're going to get slammed by them. Now, the steep stuff's coming up. I don't think I'm going to step away from this camera view right now. I want to see this go off. So we're sitting on Alenio 79. We got PB right here. Hinsbergen. So we're all here. Okay, here it comes. We're on Carroll here. Oh, is someone making a move? What is someone? Hinsbergen moving up. Everyone's getting ready for this guy. I think they're all a little bit nervous that something's going to go off here. This is 13%. A lot of 6 watts per kilo plus now. They all just watching. I see some 7 watts per kilo. Okay, there's some hard pushing at the front here. Few riders just getting tailed a little bit. Hinsbergen's hanging on like 9 meters back. Probably just watching them closely. 10 meters back. Okay, yeah, let's be careful here. This is where I would be reaching for my phone to change the song. Yeah, Hinsbergen's fine. Don't worry about it. And I would fall back 30 meters and then be like, what did I do there? Just for a song. That happens all the time to me. So, yeah, these 7 are still all together. Going up the hill. So we got the 7 up front. And then we've got Tuden. Tuden's pulling away from El Roland a bit here now. I think, yeah, you can see Tuden's the purple dot, and we got a yellow and an orange dot together. That's Keith H. and El Roland and Wyverns all together there. I'm going to just slip back to them, see what's going on here. Maybe Tuden's decided, I can't wait any longer for you guys to come back forward. Or they're like, Tuden might be thinking, I'm going for this 8th place. Maybe he's strong enough now, he's going to bridge up to the 7 up front. Keith H. Actually only 10, 11 meters behind Tuden. Wyvern's a further 25 meters back. You can see them both in the distance. El Roland's falling off the back now just a tiny bit. And now I'm seeing Rubberburn and Niels Brennan coming up. They're like right there as well. Look at this group here. Grochang, Stefan 793. I'm not sure if I've seen Stefan 793 before. Strong rider, obviously. Peta, and Tim Yu. Here we go. Tim Yu's right there as well. Wow, these guys are hitters too. Just a great group. Okay, yeah, we got to go back to the front because I know something's going to happen here. We're getting to the steepest part. Okay, Hinsbergen has just fallen back approximately 20 meters off the very front. You can see the gap forming right now. Here's our front 6. There's a 20-meter gap between Hinsbergen and the front. Can he pull them back? He had some bad luck waiting for a friend yesterday. Just kind of slipping back a little bit. Just get into your own pace here. Ride your own race. That's what you got to do at this point. If you chase them, you're just going to blow up even more. But just riding a consistent 4.8, 4.9 watts per kilo up here. Hinsbergen, 70-kilogram rider, so not super light. Some of the riders at the front are probably like in the 60-kilogram range, which, like, Carroll looks like he's 60 kilograms. Luca is 60 kilograms, maybe 62 kilograms. Bear Remy, maybe a little bit heavier. Bear Remy might be more of a 70-kilogram rider. So these hills are going to hurt a little bit. Hinsbergen just hanging on. It's almost done. The steepest part's coming up right now. We're at 11%. Here it comes right now. Hinsbergen just needs to hang on and can easily get back on the downhill. This is smart riding here. 5.2, 5.5 watts per kilo, just making sure the gap doesn't grow at all. Hinsbergen's done a great job here of controlling the 6 riders ahead of them and not letting them get away. We're at 15% now. See in the top left-hand corner, 17%. You know, it might only be for 30 or 40 meters, maybe something like that. It's already dropping off 16%. They're not going to get away. They were probably hoping Hinsbergen would fall off the back there, one less person to worry about. And now you can see with the them going so slow up the hill, it gives Tuden a chance to come back on. Tuden's only 190 meters behind Hinsbergen at this point. But now these guys are going to just take off through the vineyards. Again, Grape City, right? That's all you see out here. You're going to see the distances growing now. So they're going to bomb away. Yeah, they're all back together now. So I think that was a little bit of a, gut check for Hinsbergen there. Probably had to focus really hard there, but just easily controlled the front group. Tuden's coming up through the steepest stuff now. Keith H. can see Tuden directly ahead, 60 meters ahead, so they'll probably get back together on the downhill. Wyverns might be there as well, too. El Roland's going to have to put in a little bit of work to get back on with them. And we've got Rubberburn, Tim Yu, Neil Brenham all coming up this climb. Stefan, 793, Peta, Grochang, Doc, PS. Here's a name I haven't seen, Litz Blitz. Okay. We got Litz Blitz riding with M4B. I don't think I've mentioned either of these two names. I apologize for that. And Lucas doing a great job here too, just trailing M4B and Litz Blitz. Tranberg, I know, was at the Tuesday race. Escada, we've seen before. Another new name I haven't seen, Yvonne 86. Doing great. Stefan Schmidt, Peruto. I don't even try to say your first name anymore. Juan Luco? Is that? We've got Grep with and Niemanen's directly ahead. I see Diego Donati. Andy up. And he's still pushing over 3 watts per kilo here. It's great to see. Sitting directly ahead of Mike Guthinger. Again, they're all together. Let me just go to Matmore for a second. I mean, look at this. They're all just battling their way up this climb. Battling their way up. You know, all very equal riders. I mean, even from like back here to up here, they're not that far apart on the road. Great to see. Great. This is good here, too. Baggers disconnected earlier, I believe, and they're back in. Mike Hagan's on screen. Mucker. We got Chorus of Mucker. Mateus Hale is just up ahead, and Batiscum. Is that right? Yeah, Batiscum is just up ahead, too. Going to just slowly work back. The leaders are still bombing down the hill. I see, here we got HJ 2020, K. Johansson, Hellcat 2020. Silly Sill. Does Hellcat own a Hellcat? And that would be cool to know. Silly Sill doing a great job here still. Christopher's coming up behind her too with Swiss Chris. Are these three going to work together? Silly dropping 5 watts per kilo at the moment, making sure they don't get away. Trying to stay on Christopher's wheel. Squallow is with Chad Ritchie. Yeah, a bunch of riders here. You can see them. 3 riders all together here. Then we jump back to Nokun. Was that Tuesday race just pursuing El Tractor? Tom Larigier. I think I'm getting better at that. What do you think? Tom Larigier. Rouvy Bryan. They're all just separate. These riders can all see each other. Someone ahead of me, someone behind me. A couple there, a couple here. Here's Chak. Slyfly, good to see you still hanging in there. With, Scripnet coming up from behind. I just like saying Scripnet's name. There's no bias. So Scripnet is with Slyfly and Raffo. Okay, going back to the front because I see some hills coming up. Anything changed here? Anything changed? Hinsbergen's off the back. Wow. How did I miss that? Oh, that frustrates me. So Hinsbergen did all that work to get back on, and I missed it. I'm sorry, folks. So they controlled up that hill, stayed with them, got back on the descent. Something happened there. So we've got Elenio 79, Gil Mattiau, still pushing 6 watts per kilo, Bear Remy, Luca. Elenio 79 got a 10-meter lead on the other folks right with them. Pushing hard, 5 watts per kilo. Is something happening right before ours here? Is Elenio going to use this to launch as the catapult shot to get away from everyone? Pushing extremely hard, and they're growing the gap back to Gil Mattiau. 6 watts per kilo here. Elenio 79 is putting distance into the riders behind them. And these are all super strong riders. Gil Mattiau, Luca, Carroll, Bear Remy, PB and J, PBW 146, just having some fun. And pursued by Hinsbergen. Elenio is slowly clawing away. Will this amount to anything, though? Because it's only a 15-meter gap. The other 5, I think that's left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, could easily bring them back. Here it's happening. Gil Mattiau said, enough of this. I'm coming back over the top with you. You're not going to... And look, Gil attacks. Gil's attacking right over the top with Luca. Elenio's just kind of slow, just hesitating here a bit, and now they're going to jump him. There they all go. They're all jumping over the top. So our front group, we lost PB. PB fell off the back there on that constant grind. I didn't see that happen either. Okay, so at the front right now, let's consolidate this. We've got Luca being pursued by Bear Remy, just at 20 meters. Karel Susik, Gil Mattiau, and Elenio. I'm just going to jump back a little bit here. So there's a bit of room in between them, and that's just with that acceleration over the hill. You can see they're not all right together here. So if you're hanging off the back, you better be careful. I can see Gil Mattiau back here, but I think Gil knows what he's doing. He's just eyeballing them all, watching them very closely. I don't know when PB fell off the back. I mean, I don't think I stepped away for that long to miss it. We can see Hensbergen further back here, but, you know, just around the bend, obviously around the corner from them. So I'm going to go back to the front here, see who else is going to push, see who they're going to try to crack. Who's getting cracked next? Gil Matteo is 30 meters behind Luca at this point. On Tuesday's race, it was a battle between Gil Matteo and Tor 68. I just realized that Tor 68 is not here. I'm so used to seeing him. It was a battle between Gil Matteo and Tor 68, with Luca being just off the back a little bit, like less than 10 seconds, I'd say. Not even that. So maybe they're trying to put the rest. It's pretty close. It's only 25 meters. They're bombing downhill. It's going to fluctuate. These little gaps. Right here comes Gil right back to the front. Gil's still riding the Rouvy bike. He's just like, I don't even care. It looks like the other four here are riding. I see 2 dark bikes and 2 of the, I want to say, light red bikes. Looks like 2 Cervelos and 2 Trek Madones, I would believe, at this point. Okay, they're all bombing downhill. The end is coming near. Do I dare move away? I think I can just quickly here. Let's just see what's going on back here. Meridak, just see who's still on course. Is anyone still moving out here? No, these are disconnects. Kenzie 50, give her. And take a look at this. The other Kenzie's right ahead of them. They must know each other. Peter Pan moving up. Great job, Peter. Okay, we're just going to move up. There's David, Chris Uman, Ronald K. When I'm bumping up like this, I'm just going to randomly land on people's names. Chak and Scriptnet right there. No Kuhn. I know all these names now. It's so awesome. Tom Larigier. I can say your name now, dude. I can say it. Like that's something special, right? Mateus Hale cruising along. I'm watching the front stuff. There's Andy up. Let's have one last look at Andy before I have to go back to the front. It's going to go off right now. Diego Donati with Niemanen. Not that, just a little bit of around the corner. Sorry, folks. I'm going back to the front. I have to. I can't miss this because there's going to be some rollers here. A little bit of a roll, a little bit of a downhill, and then we're kind of going on a light, probably like just a false flat with maybe a bit of 8, 9, 10% at the very end. Is my guess. Maybe 7. I don't know if it's deep enough red to be that kind of gradient. Okay. We still got our group. Carroll's a little bit trailed off the back right now. That may just, I wonder if he's getting a little bit tired here. Yep. Carroll's 30 meters back now from the front. So we have these 4 at the front. Going to go on Gil, Bear Remy, Alenio, and Luca. 4 at the front. Carroll's fallen back 27 meters at this point. He's going to have to pull out something really special here to bridge back on. It is uphill all the way, but we got some pretty powerful riders up front. I saw Luca just dropping 8 watts per kilo there for a second, 7.8 anyways. Now coasting. Maybe they don't want Carroll back on for a good reason. Carroll might be able to just take them on this little bit of an uphill. PB is currently 400 meters back with Hensbergen, 650, and then Tuden and Wyverns. So it's gonna be. So they're pulling away now. Carroll's by themselves, no draft. Pretty tough cruising through this little town. So let's stick right here. We've got these 4 wild horses up front, ready to drop, huge watts. There's a final little kick at the end. I can just see it on the profile. This is going to be insane, I think. They're just going to empty the tanks, full gas, all the way. I think this is going to be a slow acceleration, like 7, 8, 9. And next thing you know, you're going to see them doing 13, 14 watts per kilo. Bear Remy just hanging on. Bear Remy's making a move right now. Bear Remy is going right now, trying to catch them off guard. Bear Remy's moving up, 11, 12 watts per kilo. Here we go. Finish line's coming up. Alenio 79 takes it. I think that was Alenio 79 took it there, folks. Photo finish for sure. Carroll coming up for 5th place. Yeah, like that. That was 4 riders there within probably 0.2 of a second. PB's coming up to the finish here pretty quick as well. Great ride. I think you're always going to be known as PB&J to me. I'm just going to stick with that. Hinsbergen's flying up from behind, 6 watts per kilo. Maybe watching PB, no. Okay, yeah, it must have been just powering up something there. But closing the distance, but, you know, PB's got 6th place locked up, it looks like. Yeah, they got it locked up. Let's jump back to Hinsbergen. Great ride by Hinsbergen. We got Tuden moving along nicely. Tuden's pulled away from, I think they were with Wyverns before. So here's Hinsbergen come to the finish. Tuden will have their 8th spot. Now, we're going to have a sprint finish here between Keith H. and Wyverns. This one's going to be good. I'm sticking on this one for a little bit. They only have 800 meters to go. That'll probably allow me to jump back a little bit, but I'm going to go. Here's Peruto again, all by themselves. Just going to move up Lucas. Yeah, such a strong group of riders here. All these. Here's that Niels Brittam again, 6 watts per kilo. Still 14th place chasing Rubber Burn. These are riders that are all catching L. Roland now. So L. Roland's just faded a little bit. Tim Hughes moved ahead of them as well. So Tim's moving up really strong. Sticking on this one here. So we got Tuden going for the finish right now. They just take a little right-hand bender and it's a straight. But we have Wyverns and Keith H. side by side for 9th and 10th position. L. Roland is in 11th, fighting back against Tim Yu. So some attacks are going off now. Wyverns and Keith H. for almost 5 watts per kilo. They've got this last little kick up the hill. Let's see what they're going to do here. And then I think we're going to have a huge battle with Tim Yu and L. Roland behind us. Okay, here we go. Wyverns just dropped 7 watts per kilo, hoping to catch Keith out. Wyverns just kicked to 11 there, and Wyverns is gone. Keith H. just takes it chill to the finish. Great job, Keith. 10th place. Fantastic. So we're going to jump back again here. We've got L. Roland and Tim Yu 3 meters apart. Who's going first here? L. Roland is just slowly creeping forward, increasing the power, 10 watts per kilo. Now they're going. Can Tim counter this? They still got a little ways to go to the finish. L. Roland's put 13, 14 meters into Tim. Tim's slowly powering it up. It looks like a slower build up the power. What do they have left in the tank? L. Roland's might have the gap now. They've got an 18-meter gap, but now they're back down to that 3 to 4 watts per kilo range. Can Tim pull them back? Did Tim save a sprint? Tim saved a sprint, I think. Tim's pulled back. L. Roland's has to react again out to 6 watts per kilo. Probably just ready to blow his heart out of his chest at this point. Holds on to 11th place. Tim Yu coming up strong. Okay, sorry folks. Bouncing around here, sorry. Okay, yep, sorry about that. It's so hard to get on these people. There's Niels Brittam. I followed Niels a lot. Great job. Finishing really strong too. With Stefan 793 right behind him. Doc PS and Litz Blitz. Now Litz is a name I haven't seen before. First time I saw him today. Litz is going right around Doc at 6 watts per kilo. Let's see if they get into a little sprint action here. And we have Grochang and Tranberg right behind them. So there's 4 people here vying for the 17th position. Litz Blitz is going early, upwards of 8 watts per kilo. Doc chasing at 6. So that they're secure there. Tranberg coming up hard behind Doc. Will they get him? We've got Grochang there as well. Nice. M4B chasing Lucas hard. Lucas countering. Okay, we're safe there, folks. Escada will finish in their position with Yvonne 86 coming up nicely. Great job. These positions look pretty secure. Here we go. We got Grepp and Nieminen coming in together. And there's only 50 meters back to Peruta. So we could see some sprint action here as well. Fantastic race again. Nieminen is leading Grepp at this point. We've got 2 riders ahead that are still finishing up. We're going to focus on these 2 for now. They probably got a little bit to go. I'll probably move around a bit. We got Stefan Schmidt here. Bagger 69. Like, I'm positive this person disconnected for a while and came back. Great job. Andy Up is right with Bagger 69. See if they get into a little sprint. Course isn't that far behind, with Mike Hagan falling 250 meters behind that. Riding with Battiscum at the moment. We got the Hellcat 2020. Just going to flip back to the front, see if we can see this action between Grep and Nieminen. So they're right together. Are they going to battle this out? Grep and Nieminen. Yvonne 86 is 500 meters ahead of them. They've got their position secured. They're probably finishing up the hill right now. Yeah, they've just finished, or they should be finishing almost immediately. Grep and Nieminen. Who's going to... Okay, Nieminen's powering up here. You can see it going down. Nieminen is pushing 5 watts per kilo. Grep is now countering at 6. This might be like one of those slow back and forward battles all the way to the end. They're both probably like 180 beats per minute plus. Lungs hurting. Come on, man. Just quit. Just give up. That's what I'd be thinking. Just don't pedal anymore. That's what you're hoping the other guy does. They backed off a little bit to the 3 watts per kilo, knowing they're probably both pretty equal riders. Looks like Grep's getting ready again here. Grep's powering up right now. Going around Nieminen again. Nieminen's countering, though, with 5 watts per kilo here. Who's got anything left? And Grep is countering again. 6, almost 7 watts per kilo. And Peruto is flying up behind them. Peruto might have caught them at the finish line. Ha! That was friggin' awesome. Diego Donati cruising along. Looking sharp. We've got Mike. That was a fantastic finish there between those 3. Peruto coming up behind. I think Peruto rode a lot alone today. So Diego looks like they have a big enough gap unless Mike just slams it here. And Diego doesn't really pay attention, but I don't see that happening. Diego's just coming up into the finish now. Taking the slight right-hand bend into the Rouvy banners. Behind the barriers, people are smashing on the boards, right? Mike's trying to come up hard, but Diego's got his position. Here's Mike finishing. You can see Diego in the distance. Stefan Schmidt is rolling through the town here. Being chased by HJ 210. Then we've got Bagger 69. Was it Baggers that was with Andy before? I think it was. So Andy's motoring along nicely, 4 watts per kilo here. Course is only 65 meters back. I can imagine how tired these guys are right now. Yeah, I know the feeling exactly. I can relate to this feeling. Mike Hagan cruising along here nice with Battiscum. I think they've been riding together for a little bit. Let's so you can see these guys are all coming in 1s and 2s. Let's see who Silly's with. Silly's kind of riding by herself too, ahead of Christopher. They've been together for quite a while as well. I'm just looking for any sprint finishes here to catch. Swiss Chris has been with Christopher and Silly Sill all day. Tom Larigier coming up nicely here, chasing Swiss Chris 69. El Rodriguez, Chad Ritchie doing a great job as well, chasing El Rodriguez. So yeah, this might be a little battle to watch here. I can see one there. Things are still going to be able to change here. Rouvy Bryan being chased by K. Johansson and Skripnet. Skripnet's catching a little breather here. Why not? Cruising down the hill at 60k an hour. Get the heart rate back down. Chak is just back another 300 meters with El Tractor. Got Sly Fly rocketing along here. 3.5, 4 watts per kilo. Again, so, you know, I said it before. These are all strong riders. If you're able to push 3 watts per kilo plus at the end of a race, yeah, you're conditioned. You know what you're doing. Flying past her. Here's Steven again. Steven is cruising along with Flying past her. Wow, pushing some good power here too. Steven trying to get away. Steven's trying to get up to Mick, I think. Oh, let's take a look at this. Something's going on here. Mick has stopped. Something happened there. I think he was stopped and then it reset him. I think is my guess. Because, okay, I thought it was Mick that was stopped there. Could be wrong. Maybe his avatar just, the drawing just dropped for a second. I thought he vanished off screen. So we got Slyfly ahead of these two. Steven's now just cruising downhill. Probably was, dropping some good power there up the hill and knowing they're going to just take it a little bit easier downhill. Catch your breath. Ooh, who's coming? Flying Pastor's back. He's like, yeah, Steven, we're going head to head today. These two are going to go at it. Steven's putting the power down again. Not going to let Flying Pastor go by. This is an interesting battle. Very interesting here. We're going to move back again. See what we got back here. Kiki, Jeff 65, doing a great job. Yeah, I mean, 5 watts per kilo at times, 3 to 5 watts per kilo riding. Taking it easy in places. Okay, here's a rider I haven't seen yet. Kaz 1 bar. Doing great. Hardest part of the race is over Kaz. Here's here's 3 riders together. So we've got, I'm just going to say Shim, because that's what I want to say. We got Shim. We got Tord Munter. And T1NS. This name might be familiar to me. I'm not sure. But we've got these 3 riding together. Sorry I haven't seen them in this race yet. Here's another rider, Mark 10. I don't think I've seen them. With Mucker right behind them. Mucker's in a nice group here with Cien 1980 and Nick Verstralen. New name for me. Henry Check's chasing them hard. I saw Henry on Tuesday. Dark Thunder not that far behind either. Let's go back up to Mucker here. We're going to jump into a little bit of a map mode. So you can see Mucker. This is the Mucker group here. There's a purple and red dot here you can see on the screen. That will be like Nick Verstralen and Cien 1980. The yellow dot back here is Henry Check. The red dot here would be this Dark Thunder. The yellow up here would be Mark 10, Shim, Tord Munter. Let's see if we got anything exciting going up here at the front. Oh, someone's coming to the finish right now. Who is this? Okay, I missed them. It's Rouvy Bryan. So Rouvy Bryan coming to the finish. Scriptnet. Kermit's doing his thing. Just finishing pretty chill here. It looks like 2.5 watts per kilo, 3 watts up the hill here. Oh, digging in a bit. Making sure K. Johansson doesn't get them. I mean, if you're going to be pushing, under 2 and someone's pushing 5, 6, they'll close the distance really fast. So Scriptnet's just covering his bases here with El Tractor and K. Johansson. Looks like El Tractor's trying to get away from K. Johansson at this point. Oh, Chak is moving up. We're watching this. Chak overtakes K. Johansson. Both muckers. Chak's now got El Tractor in his sights. Is there anything left here? No, there's not enough room. Chak's looking very strong, but El Tractor has the finish line in sight. K. Johansson finishing good. Kim Kwan coming through the town. Finish line's not that far right now. You've only got 350 meters to go. Mick Michelle, another mucker, coming up, looking good. I like seeing these, 4 watt per kilo finishes. These hills, little light grades make it really nice. Okay, Flying Pastor is with Slyfly. So I think Flying Pastor just took off on Steven and caught up with Slyfly. Flying Pastor's feeling racy. Just dropped 8 watts per kilo there. Yep, moving away. Dropped 8 in a little sprint. Now just cruising along at 3. Just instantly opened a 40-meter gap to Slyfly. Slyfly is looking strong here, though. Slyfly is trying to work their way back towards Flying Pastor. You can just see them up in the distance. I keep saying Plaster. It's Pastor. Okay, yeah, but they're going to finish that way. Slyfly is actually bringing them back right now on this hill. You can see it 26 meters. Okay, it's going to stay there, I think. Great job, Steven. Hopefully I called out your team club at home the right way. I don't know why I have the word Farnham in my head. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, my apologies. Steven's done for the day. Great job. This is at night in the UK. So it's Thursday night. Probably not too many beers tonight, guys. Another day of work, right? We got Raffo here finishing up too. So all the riders now are pretty much split up. I'm just going to quickly go down through them. I don't know if I've seen this rider. Bodoboggy. Bo? DeBoggy? Maybe it's something like that. Riding solo. Mikey. Mikey 73 was in the Tuesday race, chasing after Bodo. Closing the gap, and we have Kiki not that far behind either. Kiki 354. We might have something going on here. These two are going into the little stretch in the town. You're going to start seeing the banners show up. There'll be a slight right-hander. Then they'll be inside the barriers, away from the crazed, fanatical fans. Looks like Mikey's going for it. Mikey is trying to hunt down... Oh, they're both hunting down Raffo. Bodo just goes around Raffo. Mikey's coming around Raffo. Can Mikey get up to Bodo? It's only 13 meters. No, just running out of room here, folks. Just running out of room. Great job, Raffo. They just nipped you at the last second. We've got Kiki coming up too. Jeff 65. Great to see you here. Still doing 3 watts per kilo plus. Kiki's going to finish directly ahead of Jeff. Jeff's got 61st place. Back to T1S. Oh, Tordmunter, T1S. This could be a little bit of a battle. What do these two have left in the tank? Is there anything left? T1S starts first, 4 watts per kilo. Tord is now slowly responding. T1S is gone, I think. I think he just dropped a bit of power there that gave him a little bit of a gap. Tord's responding, though. 5.5 watts per kilo, but the race is going to be over. And again, like I keep saying, these two are just still finishing right ahead. And then here's Kaz 1 bar. Rider I didn't call enough of today. Great job. Again, you can see here too. Here's Shim. Another rider I didn't see enough of today. Kaz 1 bar is just around the corner. You can see him on screen. And Tord, I think it was Tord Munter is just disappearing off screen. They're all right together. Okay. Bossman's here with Nick Verstralen. 2-up sprint coming up. Muckers thinking back to his junior days when he was an elite track sprinter. I'm just making up any story I can here now. That's where I started, was on the track. For like a couple of summers. I think I was 18 years old. Another lifetime ago. Or probably 2 lifetimes ago, actually. So Nick's just rolling ahead of Mucker here. It looks like they're just going to go chill into the finish here. You know, just keep each other honest, 3 watts per kilo type thing. Mucker's putting down some power. I guess Nick put down some power, so Mucker's going to counter. Okay. I think Nick's got just enough gap to stay away from Mucker here. Mucker's putting down more power for longer at the end, but the race is over now. That's going to be the finish there. Great job, guys. CN 1980 was with Mucker for a while, just falling off the back here a little bit. And the finishing chute now, excellent job. We got Henry Check finishing alone. Dark Thunder finishing alone. Robo, another new rider for me. Good stuff. Back to Christian 30. See, everyone here is pretty much going to finish alone. And by alone, I mean just split up by 10, 20 seconds. It's not a big deal. Ronald K. from the Netherlands, it looks like. Great stuff. Then we got Stelvio Bound. Moving nicely. Stelvio Bound, a level 65 rider. Right around my level, I think. I think that's what I am. Chrisuman is chasing Stelvio Bound. Then we go back to G-Sky 99. Robin Aggie. Here's Dolph Wader, who was in on the Tuesday race, a Mucker. Ulricus. And so I can see here, like, these riders are going to be finishing in their positions. There could be something between Robin Aggie and G-Sky here. They are kind of close together. They're within, 20, 30 meters of each other. Let's just go a little bit further back. So here's David, Irwin, Peter, but these riders are all separated. And so further back, I love seeing this though. These two must know each other. I'd love to know the story. So here we have G. Kienzi. Just, it's a name I don't see very often. And then right behind them we have Kienzi 50. I'd love to know the story. Are these two related? Possibly. Looks like we lost Nakoon on the steep hill here. They must have had a disconnect. Ah, okay. I love going back through the crowd because here's a rider I have not seen all day. Here is Hugh Jars. Looking good. Working their way up the hill. 88th position. Last rider out there because Murkay's gone. I think everyone else is gone off course. Yeah, everyone else is gone. So I'm so glad I came back here to see this. Hugh's looking good. Pedaling nicely. So Hugh's going to end up jumping ahead of Meridek and ahead of Nakoon because they've disconnected. I guess for them it is kind of a solo day, but they're only 500 meters behind. I bet you if we look at a map view, let's do that. Let's go back to Hugh and we'll do a quick map view. I mean, you can see it here, folks. So actually, okay, sorry about that. Meridek is the green, disconnect. Nakoon is the yellow, disconnect. But this rider's legit. This is Kienzi 50, and Hugh's chasing them. Interesting. So there still could be battles out on the field. What I'm going to do, though, here is I'm an hour and 15, 20 minutes into this ride. I want to congratulate everyone for doing so well. Don't forget, my YouTube channel is Inside Cycling World. I'm going to do a lot more of this stuff. I love covering the races. This is a fantastic race series. Absolute beasts. So I'm going to cut it there, and this will be coming tomorrow. And by that, I'm talking about the future, which is quite weird, because you won't hear this till tomorrow. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Great ride, everyone. Thank you for watching.